For anyone questioning the Caitlin Clark effect, we now have people wanting to watch golf because of her. We saw the kind of offer that Ice Cube made to Caitlin to play in the Big Three, that is $5 million to play 3 months.
Everyone believes they are familiar with the Caitlin Clark tale, a rookie phenom who broke records and attracted fans to the WNBA. However, the reality is far more bizarre than what the headlines portray. The startling $10 million earned off the court is where it all begins. The WNBA is perplexed by her subtle power play and her salary, which makes her a publicity goldmine.
Higher than the NBA. So I was like, oh, what's she going to get paid? Because finally, you can get a real paycheck. And then I saw it and I was like, this can't be right. Because this is what it is. In the first year, Caitlin Clark will earn $76,535.
You don't have to be on the court all the time to make millions, as Caitlin Clark just demonstrated. This novice is cashing 6-figure salaries only to show up and talk, while others are sweating through their 90s. Companies are paying more than the price of a house to have her perform on their stages, and they are flying her over the nation. In contrast, the WNBA itself appears to be tossing her peanuts. By turning her off-court presence into a financial empire, she has accumulated an incredible $10 million. Indeed, it's exciting to see that the player for whom everyone felt terrible suddenly has more zeros in her bank account than some seasoned NBA pros. But wait, there's much more to this tale.
I'm so happy for her to get the $28 million.
In addition to making a ton of money, Caitlin Clark is radically altering the sports marketing industry. She has skillfully acquired attention, platform, and influence, all of which the WNBA suffers with, and used it to suppress her opponents and critics. Hold on tight because, to be honest, not everyone is pleased with the way Caitlin Clark has transformed the game. Caitlin Clark is more valuable than practically every professional basketball player in the world when it comes to marketing. Her skill is not limited to her game, it also includes her ability to shift the entire stage. She sees the WNBA as a strategic starting point for unmatched visibility rather than the final aim. Millions of people follow her everywhere, and the attention she receives is far more valuable than a game day salary.
Caitlin Clark's last WNBA playoff game had over 2.6 million viewers, and now we are seeing the ratings dip under 1 million viewers.
This is when things start to get really wild. Though while some athletes concentrate on accumulating points, Caitlin is developing a brand that makes money from each and every engagement. For a half-hour virtual engagement, she charges $100,000. For in-person events, that amount can easily be doubled or tripled. Just by showing up and speaking, she has earned at least $600,000 this year. That is not productive. Because she is captivating, genuine, and a living example, brands are lining up to print money. People believe her rather than only listening to her. Additionally, she has endorsement deals comparable to those of industry titans like State Farm, Wilson, and Nike. Nike allegedly signed her for millions without even need a pitch. Caitlin Clark doesn't have to persuade anyone of her value. The heavy lifting is done just by her name. Her appearance in one of State Farm's peculiar advertisements probably cost them their whole advertising budget. She was practically given a blank check by Wilson, the renowned basketball brand, and every transaction solidifies her reputation as a worldwide phenomenon. In addition to a player, applause, music, what follows is illogical. She even dared to turn down offers from a brand new women's basketball league, one that offered her stock and a $1 million salary. The majority of individuals would have signed the contract right away, but Caitlin didn't. She's not playing checkers, she's playing chess. Even if a fast paycheck can be alluring, the WNBA gives her a platform and respectability, which are far more valuable. Her decision to remain is a well-thought-out risk that is already paying off. Not to be overlooked is her social media presence. It is a beast unto itself, its own right. Millions follow her every move, and each post offers a chance to make money. Compared to most seasoned influencers, she is more skilled at affiliate marketing and sponsored content. Caitlin Clark's genius is evident in the way she uses her enormous fan base to make money with each like, remark, and share.
Smith has said that the league is going to lose about $50 million. Is there a scenario that you will try to raise more money right now?
Probably not. We probably don't need to raise capital like we did back in when I came.
Hey, this is the section that will wow you. Caitlin Clark is just getting started and hasn't even started to reach her greatest potential. Nevertheless, she is already reinventing what it means to be a contemporary athlete. Her tale goes beyond basketball. It all comes down to strategy, vision, and a relentless desire to succeed. Few people have the same level of attention on the broad picture as she does. Caitlin Clark has quickly established herself as a name that is linked with brilliance both on the court and in the fields of marketing and branding. She is more than just an athlete at the young age of 22. She is a walking, talking, money-making machine. Businesses are prepared to spend enormous amounts for her time. And 30 minutes of Caitlin Clark signifies six figures as she has perfected making money off of her celebrity in ways that most seasoned pros can only imagine. What matters is not only what she says, but also the impact her presence has. The excitement in the room, the explosions on social media, and the story being picked up by news organizations the following day. Brands are unable to reproduce that level of organic effect, regardless of the size of their marketing staff.
Look, it's player salaries. People wonder, why are NBA player salaries 100 times higher than WNBA salaries? Because the TV money was 100 times higher in the NBA than it was.
Everything you believe to be true is going to change. Clark is not yet done. Even well-known legends would be jealous of the contracts she's signing. Working with Wilson to establish a signature basketball collection was one of her most important actions. Only Michael Jordan had before achieved this accomplishment. Give that some thought. By being the first female basketball player to win such a contract, Clark is dispelling myths and demonstrating that her brand is a powerful force rather than merely a passing fad. Additionally, she has a partnership with State Farm in which she receives millions of dollars to appear in commercials including their famous jingle, "Like a Good Neighbor." This contract Caitlin Clark's reputation as a marketing juggernaut is cemented by this alone. As it happens, State Farm is totally dedicated to the phenomenon and isn't just experimenting.
Magic moment, if you recall, from 1979 when those two rookies came in from a big college rivalry, one white, one black. And so we have that moment with these two. But the one thing I know about sports, you need rivalry. That's what makes people watch. They want to watch games of consequence.
Her 8-year Nike contract, which is reputedly worth $28 million, is incredible for a rookie, though. However, there is a significant catch. Despite appearing enormous, the purchase may not be as remarkable as it first appears due to the noticeable absence of a signature sneaker. For athletes of her caliber, signature shoes like those of Michael Jordan or Stephen Curry, whose brands are multi-billion-dollar empires based solely on sneaker sales, are the main source of income. Although Clark's agreement seems huge, it might pale in comparison to what she's leaving on the table in the absence of her signature shoes. Without a certain, every child who looks up to her and every admirer would purchase a pair. It's puzzling that Nike hasn't taken use of this. No goods, no commercials, no special ads, and most importantly, no signature shoes. They act as though they are sitting on a gold mine and are unwilling to dig. Imagine the excitement if Clark wore her own brand new branded trainers when she took the court during the WNBA playoffs.
What really happens with Caitlin Clark, I would say her big thing is to be ready for the WNBA season. And people are like, why? She's only making $70,000 in the WNBA. What is the point of her worrying about that league rather than trying to push for other leagues and other ways of making more money? Because the WNBA is what's getting the most out.
Making the shoes available for purchase right after the game would result in an extraordinary sales boom since every basketball fan, regardless of age, would beg for a piece of Caitlin Clark's magic. However, Nike seems to be taking its time, so even though Clark's deal is impressive, it doesn't seem to have that important X element. Because of her widespread appeal, experts concur that she is more marketable than many seasoned pros. Millions of people watch every game she plays. Brands usually invest billions of dollars to get this kind of attention. The grim reality is that Nike might lose momentum the longer they delay. Ever a day without a signature shoe is a lost chance, particularly given Clark's celebrity status at its highest point. The WNBA playoffs offered the ideal opportunity to introduce her brand, but if Nike doesn't move quickly, they risk losing a lot of money and attention. Clark's skill on the court isn't the only factor contributing to her success. Additionally, she has completely revamped the athlete branding playbook.
It has also been reported that Unrivaled 3-on-3 League offered Caitlin Clark significant equity in the league and a salary that is over $1 million. So this is the first time that we've heard of any money being thrown at her. We've heard that it would be a major deal. It would be a similar setup as to what
Despite having already amassed a multi-million-dollar empire, she still has a lot of unrealized potential. For Caitlin Clark, the game isn't just taking place on the court when she makes the right strategic choices. In the business sector, she is also winning handily. The rest of the sports marketing business is keeping a close eye on her every move and collecting copious notes on how she's changing the game, even though Nike is taking a while to catch up. For example, she might easily become a billion-dollar brand herself by finally releasing that iconic shoe. Without a doubt, Clark's upcoming projects will revolutionize the game. The work of Caitlin Clark approach serves as a profound lesson in taking a long-term approach. She is not looking for short-term success or celebrity, rather, she is painstakingly creating something that will last long after her playing days are past. The nicest part is that she is doing everything on her own terms. One thing is quite evident. Whether she's making incredible three-pointers on the court or arranging multi-million-dollar transactions off of it, Caitlin Clark is unstoppable.
Top talent.
So a lot of people are saying, oh, why is Caitlin Clark like, she should play in Unrivaled, she's making like $1 million. She should play in X, Y, and Z league, she should make some money doing that, or, Caitlin Clark can do X.
Not a handout. This entire period of WNBA labor relations will be characterized by that phrase. Because Caitlin Clark, Asa Wilson, and the other celebrities are essentially saying that you cannot use our names, companies, or celebrity power as weapons in a conflict that we did not consent to, and that's a perfectly valid viewpoint. Consider it from their point of view. You put in years developing your brand, persevering through education, and becoming well-known. Then some players you hardly know decide to form a rival league, expecting you to jeopardize your WNBA career and your connection to the league you always wanted to play in just to give them leverage in agreements that advance their commercial objectives. That is exploitation, not solidarity. The best players just drew a line in the sand. What comes next is the question at hand. Does the Players Association still have any power? Without the unparalleled threat, are they able to negotiate a respectable CBA? Or did they simply misplace their loan card? When the owners realize they are in complete control, what do you think happens? This CBA discussion is going to get messy, so please share your thoughts here.